Alright, welcome back to another Roblox programming tutorial, and today I'm going to show you all how you can kind of tie everything that we've done together to make an obby, or an obstacle course. This will include some object-oriented programming, it'll also include some module scripts, some meta tables, and will be a fairly advanced tutorial, but I'm trying not to make it too crazy out there with the code. I am also going to try and do it in 30 minutes, so it'd be a fun little challenge for me to kind of show you all how, just with a simple base plate and a spawn plate, how quickly you can make stuff. I haven't started the timer yet, but I do have the timer right here on my phone. And we used to do some obby contests here at Esports Players Club where, we had members build an obby and the best obby won essentially. And, I would grade the obby and stuff like that. But, I just think it'd be really, really cool just to kind of show you guys, if I were to build an obby in 30 minutes, kind of what I would do and how I would do it. And, so why don't we go ahead and get started? I've never done this before, so this will be very interesting to see what I can do here in 30 minutes. All right, so time's going to begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and delete my base plate. I'm going to make sure my spawn point's anchored. I'm going to duplicate this a couple of times and set up my checkpoints. It's going to be the very first thing here. I got 4 checkpoints currently right now. We'll stick with that, so I'll go ahead and call this 1. Come down, we'll call this 2. Call this 3. Call this 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and duplicate my 1 again and have a start here as well. We'll call this 1 start. Okay, we'll go ahead and call this starts. Boom. Okay, so we'll go ahead now, come into team service, create teams, duplicate 2, 3, 4 starts. We should have starts, and then 1, then 2, and then 3, and then 4. Okay, so now the teams have to be not auto assignable and just to a different color. So we'll go ahead and do navy blue. 1, come here, we'll go ahead and make this checkpoint navy blue so it traces this, boom, allow team to touch. Okay, starts, we'll come here, not auto assignable, we'll go ahead and make this one institutional white. Start, institutional white, scroll down and check this, institutional white. Boom, so we have the start, the 1, then the 2 is going to be red. Change this, go ahead, that looks good. Looks good, and then this should be allow team change on touch, and then come to 2 for red. It's going to be red, that, and then 2 should also be red up here. So it's maroon, 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 perfect. Then 3, we're going to go ahead and make earth green, boom, earth green, scroll down, then earth green, boom, and then 4 is going to be, I don't know, let's do deep orange. Deep orange, and then 4, and check this was deep orange, and then 3 should be earth green. Okay, so we have this, 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 and then this. Cool, everything looks like it's working. I'm going to go ahead and just check the checkpoint system, just make sure it's working. I actually made one mistake. There's only one team that should be auto assignable, and that is going to be the first team. So that's going to be the start, should be the only one that's auto assignable, and then this should be start was institutional white. Yes, perfect. Okay, so the institutional white team should be where I start, and then you'll see it should change my team here up in the corner. That's how we know it's working. Yep, that works. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right, working checkpoint system, all set up and ready to go. Let's go ahead and lay out the layout of the game and get a little bit of design going here as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and delete all these decals. Don't need them. Boom. Okay, all right, so here's our starts. Go ahead and move our starts over a little bit. Go to 1. 1's going to be like ish here-ish, and then 2 will be that. 3 is this one, and then 4 is this one. Cool, cool. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and anchor these guys. Looks like they're all anchored. And it looks like we have our working checkpoint system. Cool, cool. All right, so the next thing I'm probably going to do is some lighting. So I'm going to go ahead and do the skybox plugin here. I really like this plugin. So I'm thinking kind of like a galaxy themed obby. Be kind of cool. So let's go ahead and get this guy. I'm going to go ahead and apply with lighting here, and I'm going to go ahead and change the sun time here so it's not so dark. Kind of have it red at midnight here. And the brightness should be up some. There we go. Kind of give it that little nice spacey vibe here. I kind of like that a lot. Cool, cool. All right, we can also do a little bit to the atmosphere as well. Add a little bit of haze and glare here. The atmosphere. That's a little too much. That brightness is really kicking in from here. I'm gonna take down the brightness a little bit. Go back to the atmosphere here. When I start to add some haze, it shouldn't be so overwhelming. Up still a little overwhelming. Let's take that brightness down even some more here. Looks like the haze is overwhelming the sky just a little too much here. Let's go ahead and take down the glare. I might just take this out actually in general because I do kind of like this look to it. Yeah, the moment I even add a little bit of that, it kind of gets rid of the sky feel here. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep what I have going here and just turn the brightness all the way up. There we go. Pretty nice looking sky. I really, really like it. We can do a lot with that. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and create some classes here. I'm going to go ahead and create a module script. The first one will probably be a kill block. We'll name this kill BLOCK. Okay. And just for this contest, I'm going to keep everything public, meaning that when I declare my functions, I'm going to make them so they're usable across everything. Okay, so kill block, so local self is this guy, and then you know, we can do some props here. We should probably do a function new, so function, take the timer out of my way here, and then we'll do kill block dot new, and then we'll come down here and we'll do end. We'll go ahead and return self. Pretty standard programming setup. And then we'll go ahead and do things about self. So this should obviously pass a part instance. So we'll go ahead and pass whatever part is here. And then just to make sure I get my autofill, I'm going to go ahead and create a variable called part and do an instance dot new. So that way the game knows what I'm talking about. And then that way I can just call this later into here. So we're going to go ahead and do self. Actually, I'll do is this instead. And then we'll just make that an empty table later. Okay, so we're going to do self dot can't collide is going to be true. Self dot anchored is also going to be true. We're also going to do self dot color is equal to a color 3 dot new. We're going to set that to red. Sorry, who doesn't love a red kill block? Then do self dot material is equal to enumeration dot material dot neon. Boom. Okay, then we'll go ahead and do self. See if there's any other properties I want to change. Name, probably name it kill block. Kill block. Okay. Looks like I spelled that correct. And then self dot touched. Only connect a function. And then go ahead and enter down here and then do local humanoid equals touched. I forgot to touch, pass touched here. Let's go ahead and close this. We don't need the tag editor just yet. So we'll go ahead and pass a t here and we'll go t dot parent and then find first child. And we'll go ahead and pass the humanoid here. So we're looking for humanoid, chew, and the NOID. And then if humanoid, then, you know, humanoid is going to take damage just like that, and we'll go ahead and pass 100 because we wanted to kill the player. Okay, go ahead and delete this garbage here. Don't need that. We'll go ahead and call this part here, and then our kill block dot new is going to pass a part, and then here we're going to go ahead and assign that to part. Boom. Okay. All right. So it looks like all of that is set up really, really well. All right, so next is going to be, you know, like a fade block probably. So fade block. So fade block. Boom. All right, so we'll go ahead and call this fade block. So fade block. And go ahead and do fade block. Cool. And then we'll go ahead and do a fade block.new. So fade block dot new. Go ahead and put that there, and we'll also do a local part again is equal to an instance of a new part, so that way I get my autofill going here. Okay, we're gonna do fade block.new. We're gonna go ahead and call this a function. FUNCTION function fade block.new end. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that this fade block is anchored. So self is equal to this, and then we'll go ahead and do self dot anchored is true, and then self dot can collide is true, and then we'll go ahead and do self dot touched colon connect a function, and we'll go ahead and pass that t here. Again, just double checking to make sure that t has a humanoid, which I guess would be a nice little function I could have added in retrospect here. Just making a public like check humanoid thing that checks to see if there's a humanoid would have been a good idea, but I'm kind of already in it now, so I'm just going to keep going. Find first child humanoid here, and then if humanoid, then we'll go ahead and do our, if not humanoid, then return end. If not humanoid, then return end. Okay. All right. So we have self here, and then I just need to return self. That's why it's giving me that weird thing there. Return self. Boom. Local. Also need to clear this as a local self. Perfect. All right. So now we need to do for count equal to 1 to 10. Do part dot transparency equals counts divided by 10, then task dot wait, the fade time, so we'll call this fade time or fade speed. Cool. All right, then at the end of that, we'll do part dot can collide is equal to false. Then we'll do task dot wait, and then we'll go ahead and wait the cooldown time, and then we'll go ahead and do part dot transparency is equal to 0, and then the part dot can collide is true. Okay, and I'm also going to go ahead and come back in here and do and debounce, because just something I can do here, and debounce just to add to here. So we'll go ahead and do local debounce equal to true, local fade speed is equal to like 0.05, and then local cooldown is equal to like 3 seconds. I think that's a pretty good timer here. Got 17 minutes left. Got 2 classes done. Doing well so far. Let's go ahead and create probably some moving blocks. So a disappear, reappear. I'll just call it DA for disappear, appear. DA, and then I'll go ahead and call this DA. Boom. I still want to set up a scoring system before I start having to build the Obby. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do local parts is equal to an instance dot new of a part. Okay, and then I also got to come back in here, get rid of this, go ahead and pass parts here. Boom, looks all good. Okay, parts, and then go ahead and do a function for da dot new. Go ahead and do an end here. Okay, go ahead and do local self is this. Boom. Okay. All right. So now we'll go ahead and do again self dot anchored is true. Self dot can collide is true, and then we'll go ahead and do local dis appar is going to be a function here. Local function disappear, and we're going to go ahead and do an end here. and then come over, and then we're going to go parts dot transparency self. We'll go ahead and do self here, self dot transparency is equal to 1, and then we'll do self dot can collide is equal to false, and then we'll go ahead and do up here, so the local up here function is going to be self dot transparency is equal to 0, and then self dot can collide is equal to true. Okay, all right, and then we'll do a timer. We'll go ahead and call local timer here, and we'll set that to like 3, and then we'll come down here, and we'll go ahead and do a while true do loop here. So we'll go ahead and do while true do, and then we'll go ahead and do a up here, and then we'll go ahead and do task dot wait, and we'll go ahead and do timer here, and then we'll go ahead and do disappear, and we'll go ahead and do task dot wait, and we'll go ahead and do timer here. Boom. Okay, everything looks pretty clean here, and then I just need to pass part here. Probably a better way to have done the fade script is kind of how I did this one, and I was kind of just realizing that now. By the way, these are private, so a nice little cool thing you can do there. All right, last thing I really need to do is make the collectible, so the collectible item that adds to your score. So score. First, I should probably create a player manager, so we're going to go ahead and do player manager. Okay, all right, so the player manager, we'll call this player manager. It's a lot easier in VS Code when the second line changes with that. Player manager. Okay, all right, so then we'll go local players, or I'll go, players equals game dot players, and then players dot added colon connect a function which should pass the player. Okay, and then here I can add things to the player, so I'll go ahead and do local leader stats equals an instance dot new, and we're going to go ahead and do a folder, and then we're going to call that folder it's going to be transferred to the player. Let me go ahead and do that. So player. Okay, and we're going to do leader stats dot name has to be leader stats here, leader stats. Okay, then instance local points. We'll go ahead local points equals instance dot new. We'll go ahead and call this an int constrained value, and then that's going to be parented to leader stats. Okay, all right, then we'll go ahead and do points dot min. It's going to be 0, and then points dot max is going to be equal to math dot huge, and then we'll go ahead and do points dot value is also go to 0, and then points dot name is points. Okay, cool. All right, so it looks like my LStats is all set up here. I'm going to call this player manager dot colon start. So this just gets called on start, and we'll go ahead and do a function. Cool. All right, so this is function. Come on, player manager colon start. Cool. Looks like everything's good here. Now let me create my scoring block, local score. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do score dot new. It's going to be a function. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do an end here. And then we're going to do score, local score is equal to parts, where part is passed here. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that, so let's call this self. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and do self dot anchored is equal to true, and then self dot can collide is false. Okay, then we're going to do self dot touched colon connects a function t. Okay, if t dot parents colon find first child and humanoid, then local player equals game dot players colon get character from player t dot parent. Then we'll go ahead and do player colon find first child leader stats, and then we'll do score is equal to that, and then we'll go ahead and do if score, or if else stats. This is else stats. Okay, if else stats, then else stats dot score core, I think it was score points. What's points? points dot value equals else stats dot points dot value plus 10. Okay, all right, so that's kind of getting our points and everything situated. So if you touch this part, it does that. All right, now we got to call this into a server, and if we're lucky, we'll be able to build the map in 5 minutes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do require. We'll go ahead and call this score. Let's require script dot score. Okay, local player manager equals require script dot player manager, and then local kill block equals require scripts dot kill block, and then go ahead and do local fade block equals require scripts dot fade block. Okay, then we'll go ahead and do local CS for collection service equals game colon get service collection service, and then we'll go ahead and do CS colon get all tags. Okay, and we'll go ahead and call this tagged equals CS get all tagged. Okay, for underscore comma v in tagged do if tagged colon has if CS colon has tag, and then we'll do v comma, and then we'll call it a kill block. Then we'll do the kill block dot new, and we'll do v. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and copy this, and this should be 4. If I can type 4, boom. Okay, and we'll go ahead and do this for all of them, and this will be fade block, so fade block. Okay, all right, and this is going to be not fade block, this is going to be score. Okay, all right, so that should do that, and this should be fade block dot new, so this should be fade block dot new, and this will be the score dot new, so score dot new. Cool. And then we'll go player manager colon. Oh, why is this? Starts. Cool. All right. Yeah, some good backend there. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and start creating because I don't have a lot of time left. Let's go ahead and pull up my tag editor here, back here. It looks like we have fade block, kill block, boom, and then score. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and create those parts. Boom. All right, so we'll go ahead and tag this here as a fade block. Boom. We'll go ahead and tag this as a kill block. And we'll go ahead and make a sphere here or a cylinder, and that'll be our score. Boom. So we should have tagged instances of each. Boom. Okay. All right. So I think this was our fade. Yeah, this is our fade. All right. So the first obby will be probably like some fading, like things here. Get the jump on. Duplicate these guys. Boom. Okay, now where's the score? Okay, we'll go ahead and put that scoring icon here. Okay, this next one will be like here there'll be like kill block here, and then maybe like a fade that fades here, so you have to like navigate across this somehow. Let's see, we can best do this. Down like this, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that works. Okay, drag this across, drag this up. Go ahead and move this over. This is our score. Probably have like a score on each checkpoint as well. Boom. Go ahead and grab this. Okay. We have this. This is like a little fader thing. Use across here, and then we'll go ahead and make another block here. That's not a fade block, but requires you to move here kind of quickly. Okay, go ahead and group this together, or duplicate it, move it out, and over, duplicate, move it forward, boom, kind of like that. Pretty cool little obby there. Go ahead and move the score block over. Go ahead and move this score block over. Boom. I think a nice little transparent beam here would be pretty cool. Go ahead and make a nice little transparent beam to walk across. Get like 0.9, and then maybe like some fade blocks as well. Got 2 minutes left, so I'll still have some time to test it. Okay, all right, things are looking good here. Then let's go ahead and just create some parts here for some parkour where some are collision on and off. So this will be, we'll make this red so I know which one's which. I'll go ahead and anchor this guy. Can't collides off. Duplicate this, make this not red, make this like blue. Turn the can't collide on for this. Okay, all right, we'll go ahead and duplicate this and then duplicate this. And then just change their colors up so people really can't tell which one's which. And yeah, pretty good. Let's go ahead and make sure everything is anchored. Boom. And I had 2 minutes on the clock. Let's go ahead and make sure we have no errors. Unable cast value to object. Let's go ahead and see why. CV hashtag kill block. I tagged this correctly. Kill, K-I-L-L. Okay, let's go back into the source code real quick. Kill block should pass apart. Kill block.new. Looks like that was done correctly. tagged CS. Let's do, instead of this, let's do kill blocks and do get tagged. And then do kill block here. So this is kill block. I had 20 seconds, this is why I'm rushing, guys. It's gonna be close. Score. Maybe CS. Alright, I think that should be it. I just maybe barely ran out of time, but let's go ahead and see here. I'm gonna go ahead and just click enter here. Just, you know, cleaning up my code a little bit, not adding anything else. I think this should run. What happened? I was close. Let's see what it said. Killblock.new attempted to call with a nil value. So it looks like I failed a little bit, guys. Let's see what happened here. So script.killblock, it's saying killblock.new doesn't exist. So we should have function killblock. It's definitely right here. Did it not get tagged? No, these instances definitely got tagged. So kill for underscore comma b in is it just the kill block class that's struggling? Let's see here. Here's script. Let's see here, guys. Didn't quite make exactly what I wanted here in 30 minutes, but it's pretty close. Gonna go ahead and debug a little bit. Doesn't look like up here that game, good service, collection service, kill block. Let's get tagged. Yeah, everything was tagged. I didn't even get the DAs. I didn't even get those guys. That script didn't even get added. That's funny, but for some reason, it's not finding. Oh, whoops. Oh, I named the modules the same name as the tags. That's why it's complaining. Oh, man. Whoops. I was going so fast I didn't name things differently, so it's trying to pull from the module, but we don't want that. We want it to pull from the table here. That's why it's getting nil. And now we're getting one more error here. Self.touched::connect. Shouldn't see. Fadeblock.new should be getting a part. So we probably do if self, if not. So, whoops, you know what it was? I forgot to come here and do self as the part instance. There we go. So now this is object oriented, at least set up correctly. Let's try one more time. Can collide. This is capital C for can collide. Oh, the debug. Oh, looks like everything. All right, so I think that took 35 minutes. Not too bad, guys. So 35 minutes. Let's go ahead and see how it looked. See if everything works. Oh, alrighty. This is why I can't test my own obbies, because I'm terrible at obbies. All right, let's go ahead and look here. So I go ahead and jump on this. Oh, yep, these are working. Oh, all right, died again. As you can see, it looks like I got the point system working. Let's see if it works here. Although I think I forgot to, oh my god. I think I forgot to destroy the part after you score. So I think I have to destroy the part instance, so you can't keep scoring. Players points is not a valid member. Is it lowercase? It's lowercase. Whoops. That's okay. So, and then I think I forgot to do a destroy. Self as well, so I should probably do self colon destroy. That way you can't keep scoring. And then it's lowercase here, points. No! I keep dying to my own obby. Alright guys, hopefully I'm going to try and play all the way through here. Try and get everything done. Here we go, let's see. Did not give me my points. That's okay. I'm sure it's because I forgot the task got wasted. Oh, this actually came out pretty good. That little fade there with the kill blocks. This is actually quite tricky. Oh my god. Alright, as you can see guys, it clearly works. I think the only thing was the points isn't quite right. Oh my god. But yeah, there you go guys. Let's see if I can debug the points just super fast. Think if lstats, then lstats.points.value. Do like a task dot wait of like a second here. And then we'll do and debounce here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and call debounce to true. And we'll go ahead and do if debounce, then debounce is false. And then after it destroys, debounce will go back to true. Okay, and we'll call this local. Alright, should probably fix the point system. Anyways, guys, hopefully I didn't make any other mistakes. I think that's pretty much it. The only other thing I think of is that it's not finding lstats here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's finding maybe my points value, so I'd have to do like find first child lstats, so probably like points. Last thing, guys, local points. Oh, come on. Equals lstats colon find first child. So this is one thing that I don't really enjoy about Roblox, is for some reason it struggles to find like children of things. Or maybe I need to do like a wait for child or something. Wait for child points. And then do like points.value here. Because for some reason, like I can't just parent the child here with these periods. It like can't find it for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but it really struggles to do that. And it's just something I've noticed. Still didn't find my leader.points value here. Should have added 10. Oh, my max value is messed up. So the player manager max value, that's weird. I put that to not that huge, but maybe I just need to do that instead. Yeah, I don't know why the math.huge sometimes doesn't work. I've also noticed that with unconstrained values that you could set it to infinity and it doesn't for some reason register to infinity. There we go. As you can see, my points are racking up now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this one little small part here. The checkpoint system appears to be working, so that's good. Oh my god, that's hard. That's what happens when you make things in a rush. Alright guys, but anyways, I thought that'd be a fun little experiment. I guess it took me 40 minutes technically with like 10 minutes of debug. So anyways, you could obviously make this way more advanced as well, make this kind of cool, and yeah, I'll go ahead and just publish this and call it 40-minute Obby. And I hope this was helpful for anybody who wants to see, you know, how I would approach making a game. I would even do more than this. I would go in VS Code to do a lot of this stuff, but you know, this is a good kind of showcase of how to create an obby. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will see you all in the next one.